But still...
It's easy. It's not easy, but we need to focus on Nagita's case first.
Damn it!
Even if we can go home, maybe the end of us if we screw up here.
Alright!
Now let's hurry up and solve Nagita's case, so we can all go back home.
However...
It is nice to think everyone can go home, but it is impossible, right? I mean, someone in this room killed Nagito. There's a killer among us. Nein, nein, das ist so einfach. The weight of those words began to sink into me. That was true of the previous cases, but was it really true this time? No matter how much I tried, I couldn't believe it, because the victim was Nagito. Because his death was so abnormally cruel? No, it wasn't just that. There was something more to it than that. And whatever it was stuck inside me. First, we need to look at the Monokuma file. Gutes Lied. The victim is Nagito Komoeda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma Police Factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. But the tragic situation, just reading this is making me depressed.
Huh?
Is there something wrong with this Monokuma fire? Again, but what's wrong with it? Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand.
Yep.
It's definitely weird. Well, I guess I'll find out if I look around. That's what the investigation is for. Don't worry or form conclusions on your own. That makes me more worried than I should be. We can discuss it later, but now it's our only chance to investigate. So we should investigate first.
See?
If we don't, there won't be anything for us to discuss. Well, I guess you're right. And then let's start with the area surrounding Nagito's body. We should start with the back of the warehouse. Since the curtain blocked most of the water, this area wasn't affected by the sprinklers that much. Thanks to that, I can properly investigate Nagito's body. I never thought I have to investigate Nagito's body. I probably didn't expect to end up like this either. Oh, guck mal, ja. So, was haben wir denn hier alles? Ich will zuerst die Sachen hier durchgucken. Der Plüschi ist doch sehr offensichtlich. Monokuma is dead. There's blood coming out of his stomach. Hey. No response, he's dead, Jim. No response, he's dead, Jim. Yes, kidding! I'm not dead. Is this one of the life-size plushies that were being produced at this factory? If you're mistaking a plushie for me, then there's something wrong with you. Here's stuffed animal too.
Hey!
Oh, put up a size garbage there. It's so misleading.
What the heck?
What are you calling it size garbage? Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? Then why did he do it? Making a hole like it got stabbed and going to the trouble of dirtying the hole with blood? Did he try to imitate Nagito's body or something?
What are you saying?
I had nothing to do with that. Huh?
You're so evil!
He's probably lying. Seriously, you're always lying. You should just stay like that plushie over there. Um ehrlich zu sein, Monokuma hat uns noch nie wirklich angelogen. Er hat die Wahrheit immer verborgen. Also zumindest die meiste Zeit. Aber nie direkt uns angelogen.
What's this?
I see my pissed on you for these days, Monomi. But you better watch what you say. If I feel like it, I can whip you out easily, you know? I won't give in to your threat. I'll fight you until the very end.
I can't lose.
I will definitely take back the seat of world supremacy from Monokuma. The seat of world supremacy. Okay. Looks like those annoyances are gone. If it wasn't Monokuma's trick, then who did this? Could the killer have done this? If so, is this Nagita's blood? I have no idea how to connect the incident. Ooh. Looks like a bunch of plastic bottles. Remnants of plastic are scattered all over the place. This is probably... those fire grenades that were used to put out the fire. Well, they weren't actually that useful in the end. The fire was only extinguished thanks to the sprinklers. Well, nevertheless, this evidence really isn't all that strange. Ah, this is only an oil lighter. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. It also looks like the fire did extinguish damage here. Did extensive damage here. The oil lighter was placed here.
Just kidding.
Ah, in oil lighter. Someone probably wanted to keep warm.
Bring it on.
Is most foolish, but this is clearly the cause of the fire.
Well,
Will let us continue to burn even after someone gets go of them.
which means
So using that, the curtain was set on fire. Using the oil lighter? Huh? Do you think the killer set up some sort of trick with it?
you are right.
The killer probably planned to destroy the evidence by setting this warehouse on fire. They caused the fire to destroy evidence? That's the only reason I can think of why a killer would set fire to the crime scene, but... ich glaub nicht. Ich glaube eher, dass das Feuer dazu da war, um Nagito zu revealen, weil er ja hinter dem Vorhang war. Und ne, wie wir gelernt haben, die Bombe war nicht wirklich eine Bombe. Und wenn wir die Theorie stützen, ist das ja jemand, der schon vorher tot war. Vielleicht versuchte man ihn so, weil Nagito ja sagen wollte, wer der Traitor ist, ihn so stumm zu machen. Gucken wir mal Nagitos Körper an. Never expected Nagito to die like this. He was always spouting nonsense about help and trying to confuse the hell out of us. But even so, dying like this is just too cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times where we only able to reach it because of him. But everything good and bad about him is gone. You'll never be confused by him again. You'll never be saved by him again. No, now isn't the time to think about unnecessary things. I need to focus on the investigation right now. For now, I need to investigate everything about this body that catches my eye. Das ist viel. Fangen wir mal links an. The knife is stabbed through Nagito's right hand. Did the killer do this? How could they do something that was so cruel? It must be from the military base. Military base? Ah, now that you mention it, you're right. It looks like a survival knife.
Well,
By the way, it seems the wounds on his legs and left arm were caused by that same knife. Which means after the killer was finished stabbing Nagito's legs and left arm, he stabbed the knife through his right hand.
it cannot be.
Then they finished him off with the spear.
How cruel.
How cruel. And does that mean the killer went to the trouble of using two weapons, a knife and a spear? But they could have just killed him by stabbing him with the knife. Why did they need to use a spear at all?
You are right.
is definitely strange. Was there a reason they had to use it? Reason they had to use the spear, huh? Okay, dann das Seil. Nagita's right wrist is tied with rope. But it looks like the tip of the rope has burned off. Could this be the result of the fire? But that's weird. The rope is burned off like this. Why are Nagita's clothes completely unaffected by the fire when he was so close to the blaze? Burnt rope has been added to the tooth bullet section of your handbook. He must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonizing look on his face when he died. His mouth is covered with duct tape. Was this to keep Nagita from screaming for help?
This is bad.
He sweat a horrible look on his face. The blood splattered all over it. Doesn't help either. It's a good thing his mouth is covered with duct tape, otherwise I wouldn't be able to look at him. Wait a minute. Yeah. Sorry, excuse me. Yaki moved past Kazuichi and me and scattered down next to Nagita's face. And in one swift movement, she ripped the duct tape off his mouth. Hey, what are you doing?
It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. I'll put it back right away once I'm done investigating here.
Hey!
Putting the tape back in the issue. You ungrateful swine. You're gonna get cursed. Huh? The blood on Nagita's face. It looks like it must have came from the slice on his left arm. That's the case.
Man.
It's no use. She's not listening.
Hey.
Hey, why the blood splattered on his face? There's no blood under the duct tape.
Huh?
What's wrong with that?
Well,
The duct tape is sprinkled like it was sticking toward the inside of his mouth, right? Nagita was probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape. What's wrong with that? He means Nagita's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got those wounds all over his body. So he tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get stuck into his mouth a bit. But what's wrong with that? Is that something we really need to worry about? Ja, das heißt, ihm wurde das Dings vor den Taten getan. Und bei Nagito müssen wir wirklich alles beachten. Beachte auch die ganze Zeit, dass er selbst ja seinen Selbstmord machen könnte. Wir wissen ja, Selbstmord ist nicht unwahrscheinlich. Das ist eine Möglichkeit. Von daher, kann sein, dass er das alles präpariert hat. Von daher müssen wir natürlich jedes Detail als wichtig ansehen. I don't really get it, but just put the duct tape back on his mouth already.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, this might be some kind of clue too. I should remember it. So, dann gehen wir mal hier zur linken Hand. There's a cut on his upper left arm. His legs and right hand have stab wounds, but this wound looks like a slice. That's probably the reason that the wound on his left arm doesn't look that deep compared to his other wounds. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound and there's blood everywhere.
Super difficult.
There's something strange. Strange what?
See?
Look at the palm of his left hand. I think that blood is from when his left arm was sliced by. Doesn't the blood splatter look strange? It's up right in the middle of his palm. Yeah, it definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it splattered. That it would explain the blood on his palm, but... There's something else that's strange. You flip it up and look at the back of his hand.
Well?
There's also blood, but only above the middle end of his finger. Right, why is it only on this part?
See?
It's just as I said, right? It's strange, right? I win. Yeah, you sure, you win.